Hello everyone, welcome back. What a game, honestly. I feel like I'm pretty optimistic going into any game. And you know, sometimes they're a little snoozes, sometimes they're a lot of fun. That one was a little bit more than I ever could have anticipated, Magical. I'm not gonna lie, the last bit of that game too, it just turned into shenanigans.
Yeah. Analysis be damned on that one. That's just one of those games you enjoy the ride. You enjoy the ride.
I'm not surprised that these two teams could only throw haymakers. I'll put it that way.
So, well, I know that Magico is screaming and yelling at the end of that cast, so we're gonna slow down a little bit. We're gonna do a nice little wholesome segment of just writing up a couple of little Valentine Day cards, little thoughts for the players, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna fail this one.
Yeah, this is the time to be wholesome. You've gotten a lot of that anger or craziness or whatever out of your heart screaming during that cast. We all heard you.
You think that there's a limit to the craziness? You think that stops just there? That is an infinite.
Just keep going.
It's a black hole of insanity.
You got this, I have faith.
Well, we're gonna try, Magical, all right? And I'll let you as well. Well, we'll start with Cubby, but I'll let you guys pick the first couple of players that you want to be drawing a card out. And if they're nice and wholesome enough, maybe we can get a graphic person or someone who's a little bit more artistic than myself to actually do a proper Valentine up for you, all right? Deal?
Okay.
All right. Cubby, who do you want to do one for first?
You know, part of me really wants to do Chad just to make Mad Magical mad.
It's okay. Make sure you follow him at Chad Jungle LOL.
But, you know, I think I'm going to start with, I think, the star of the game in Bululu.
All right.
So what card am I going to do for... So is this for Bululu to send a, you know, maybe that special someone in their life?
Well, this is you sending to Bululu because you believe in Bululu and everything so much.
Bululu. Keep playing forward. Your emperors divide my heart. Cubby.
Beautiful. Magical. Is there one you think of?
Can I make it out to all of TLF?
Yeah. I'll give you a second to think about it.
No, Salt. Run it back. Run it back.
You can't do that.
Says who? I just did.
Cubby said too much words for the first one, so I'm over here. I'm doing the wrong I'm trying to write up the card as fast as I can.
Hey, I make it easy for you then. Just TLF, run it back.
That's a nice card, actually. Wow. You said you weren't artistic. That's way better than what I can. You don't
we're
want to
gonna ignore some. We're gonna ignore some grammatical things
don't worry about
there. All right.
I thought you said you were gonna ignore me for a sec, which also
I would love to ignore you, Magical, but unfortunately, I get paid to sit here and listen to you. So
sucks for you.
Yep. All right. Cubby, is there a player you want to do next?
Wait, Mad Magical didn't get to go?
I did.
He wrote one to
TLF.
Oh, that's all TLF? Okay.
Yeah,
well, you know,
all of them. Run it back. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Simple. Nice.
I'm gonna write one to City next. All right.
City. All right.
Yeah. You don't need unique picks to be a unique player. You're doing great on 100 ping.
Oh.
Keep it up.
That was really wholesome.
He has 12 unique picks in 15 games. You know, some for better, some for worse. I like some of the Rumble strats. Just didn't work out that game. It happens. But, you know, it is what it is.
And the 100 ping, too. Like, we gotta, like, circle back to that. Because, like, that's insane. Like,
yeah,
there's even a point during the match that y'all mentioned, like, yeah, this wouldn't have happened if, you know, normal
Maybe
ping,
not.
You know?
Maybe not. All I'll say is that I've spent 8 years playing on 20 ping, and I have just relocated to LA, and I play on 60 ping, and it makes me question my existence and why I came here. I've played exactly 4 League of Legends games since I came here for a reason.
Hold on. I've been playing League of Legends since way back in the Yonder days when the servers were in LA, and I had a lovely 17 ping the first 3 years of my life, and then it moved to Chicago, and I hated everything after that.
Rip. Well, there's your little card.
Thank you.
So wholesome, so nice, so well thought out. Unlike Magicals.
So,
Hey,
what do you have next, my man?
Can I make one out to all of IMTC now?
You're just going straight for like the entire teams. Like, yeah. Honestly, yeah, go for it.
Do it again.
Run it back.
No.
That Magical wants the same exact game. Well, if you get the same exact game, is it actually special? You know?
Yes.
Okay. I will say that was kind of a pretty cool game.
That was a wild game.
That was insane. And just when I think it can't get any crazier, all of a sudden there's the attempt at the back door and all the TPs and this crazy fight top that, I don't know.
It lasted 42 minutes. It felt like it went on for like an hour and a half. It was marvelous.
It's just next level. So there's your card.
Do it again with the evil eye.
a little face just for you, Magical, on that one, all right? So we'll get a couple wholesome talent vibes going on too. So you've gotten a couple for the players and for the teams. Now, is there any of your co-casters that you would want to write one to? I won't make you write one for each other, so you don't have to get all mushy in front of each other.
Aw.
Well, I was going to make mine out to Cubby anyways.
Aw. That's so nice, considering earlier you said your favorite co-caster was yourself. Oh, is it nice? I guess that's
it. Is it nice? He's going to tell me to do it again. That's going to be it. No? Well, you volunteered to go first. Now I'm all bashful.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, I'll go first.
Right.
Cubby, you need to yell louder.
Aw.
That's You're really bad at this.
Don't worry, mine's gonna be a lot worse, Sierra. Mine's gonna be a lot worse.
Look, hold on. I never said I was good at this. Let me just put that out there now. I found this out like a minute before we were about to go live. I'm like, I'm gonna suck at this, and I
am. Mine's gonna be made out to Kangas.
Ooh, okay. 2 seconds. I gotta get the first part.
Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about how to word it because this might be rather aggressive. So you know.
All right.
But this is my one chance to show my true love to our host Kangas.
All right, let's hear it.
Kangas, you are bald.
Yes.
Why did you shave your face?
Yes.
You have less hair now. Is there any hair anywhere? Question mark. Love, Cubby.
Absolutely poetic. I think that was the best one of the day.
The worst part of this is I started off the card to meme a little bit, and you can tell where my influence was in this before I let Cubby start narrating
to the ball.
So that was some same wavelength stuff right there. Sorry, Kangas. You're really good at what you do.
I'm not sorry. He's bald.
I probably shouldn't make fun of that given my hairline and how it's raising on my head, but we're going to take advantage of it while we can. It's called living life.
Oh, living life. All right. I don't think I could ever write out a card.
Also, Kangas
right.
he shaved his face because CLG lost. So, you know, there's that. I didn't even make a CLG joke.
He should have shaved his eyebrows too.
The real really card for Kangas should be, do you love me as much as you love CLG? And that's how we figure.
No. It should be like doing. If he gave you the card, that's how it would be. It's like, I love you more than I love CLG. If
you get that card from Kangas, I take it seriously. That's all I'm gonna say. That'd be a very meaningful thing from that guy.
Oh,
don't break his heart, please.
Yeah, that turned a rather quick turn here on wholesome Valentine's Day cards.
Should I make here? I can make another Valentine's. I'll make one for you, Sierra. All right.
Oh, I don't know. I want to.
You ready? You ready?
Okay.
Can you ask the players to do that same game again?
That's the card. What?
That's the card. Can you ask the players to do the same game again?
Dude, if I could get the players to be doing the exact same thing, like, no. Like, I think that was we're about a minute away from draft, so
that's my Valentine's Day card.
we're gonna go away.
Mine to you would be better, Sierra. It'd be have fun in Australia.
Thank you. Yeah. That'll be a good time. We're close to draft though. I want to talk about the match real quick, but I do want to do our one last card.
Ah,
that's actually a very wholesome card.
All right, we finally get a wholesome one.
Wow, Sierra just dig this segment to pander to the boss at the end of it. Mad respect.
Respect.
Mad respect.
Stop. All right, guys. Okay, we're a little bit out of the game.
All right.
Oh man.
Sucks to be you, Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
I'm just on a tear today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh, no. Now Mark's taking his revenge on me. Oh, no. All right. Well, there were going to be consequences, you know?
Thanks, Emily, for letting us always derail segments and the rest of the broadcast with shenanigans like this. I'm excited to hopefully see a banger of a game 2 here, though. I'm really hoping Team Liquid and Immortals keep up the heat going into this next one. Fingers crossed.
That's one way to say it.
I'm going to send you off the draft. Hopefully see you on the other side of a banger game.
All right, we'll see you later, Sarah. That was a fun segment. But I mean, okay, I meme about the run it back.
I wish I could draw and write like Sierra. My handwriting is god-awful terrible.
Right, have you seen my chalkboard?
No, have you seen my notebook that I showed you at PG?
Seen mine.
Okay, we're about matched there. I can read that, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, but you know what's not bad is League of Legends and this game, because that last game was a lot of fun.
Transition.
Yeah, exactly. I got it. But the last game was a lot of fun, thoroughly. And so far, we are seeing the makings of everything being the same, but I don't expect that to eventually be what we have. There it is, the change already with Maokai taken away from Chad.
Yeah, I think that the whole IMT draft strategy was to kind of leave up Ashe, Varus, Maokai, and just be like, we get 2 out of 3. So I think the TLF dipping more into that pool to take them away early is nice as we see the continuation of the target at City. And specifically, this means that all the magic damage junglers are now off the table, at least that City wants to play. So he could be reaching down maybe to grab that Rumble again. Don't expect that, especially blind, as we have the Cause taken away by Magical. It was the Zoe target ban of Blue last game. This time around, it's the Cause. That's a bummer. He is fantastic on this champion. And every time he pulls it out, it really is a treat.
However, that does leave open Chad's Rengar. Still on the table. With Maokai ban, does rise up a little bit more in the priority just with how Chad's champion pool tends to work, especially because we have such a focus at City with his jungle.
I expect Ashe Varus first pick. It could be decided for either. And I think one of the other changes that we could see in the first round of pick ban, keep in mind that Surdy, he did take that Jace early on, but Fiora is still a massive pick for him. That was banned out in the second phase, as it actually was the ADD, Cassante, and 3. Then they banned some things away, and then Surdy had to respond later. You probably had that written down. I did not.
I do.
Yeah, I had to talk myself through it. We got there in the end. But that could be another change that I wouldn't be surprised to see out of TLF. We see Surdy actually just blind Fiora. He's been very comfortable doing that so far this year. Wouldn't be surprised if that is the case again.
Yeah, neither would I. It's just a typical Surdy pick, but it is going to be on blue side, so you do have that angle where IMTC can try to take something a little bit differently, maybe not go for the Cassante for ADD, instead try to get something that is a little bit more of a dueler against Fiora. But only time will tell whether or not they actually want to go for that, because, you know what? I got to eat my words, because they draft the Cassante even earlier.
Well, they're throwing the gauntlet down. All right, Surdy, if you want that Fiora, it's all yours. Now, the tricky thing that's going on at the moment is that we could keep the Ashe flexible, but by taking Cassante now, they're actually forcing City to blind jungle. Again, we did say that throughout 15 games this split, City has picked 12 unique champions. You can do that if you were, countering, right? It's really tough to blind unique champs. So with a lot of junglers taken off the table, we still see TLF deprioritizing jungle and putting a bigger importance on City, seeing what Chad wants to play as they take the Azir. And now let's see if they grab that Fiora for Surdy.
I would expect that to be picked. When you see Cassante on the other side, why bother waiting? You know it's going to be ADD playing that. Put Surdy into a comfortable position that he likes to find himself into.
Oh, that works too.
That does work. Gangplank also works. The Fiora is just something we've seen Surdy play a lot this year.
Yeah, Surdy is very good in the Fiora. We've seen him play it to a lot of success. TLF, they've won 3 games. 2 of those have been with Surdy on Fiora. But it is important, one of the highlight clips that we ran before game 1, it was Surdy in that one Gangplank game he's had so far this split against Team Liquid Challengers, outplaying the dive that TLC threw at him in the top side. So we'll see if he can survive the onslaught from IMT here. I gotta say, I love the Sylas. I see Ashe ult, I see a Zero ult, and I see GP ult, and I see a Sylas. I really like Sylas here for Balulu.
It's a very good pick. And Balulu has also been playing very well on Sylas. That's why we talk about the 4-man Gnar ult that he stole away on Sylas. But also we look at his lane phase, how much control he got with that beforehand to get him into that position, giving his life when he needs to help set up the rest of the team. This is where we see a lot of strength from Balulu, especially with how he's joined in with IMTC to play around some of these members such as Chad.
And I see Sylas, I see the ults, I love it. It's Balulu's most played champ. He's 2-1 on it. Will be his 4th game on the Sylas as we see more jungle bans being thrown out. As
I'm expecting nothing but jungle bans here.
He's trying to take another. I think we could see a support ban actually. Or maybe even a Jhin being taken away from IMT if they just don't want to deal with a potential Ashe Jhin lane. There's already a ton of Kite and Poke coming out of TLF, so I am curious where they're going to find that engage.
Same here. I mean, if I'm looking at IMTC, Chad, the Rengar is something I'd like to highlight. Kha'Zix is another one that's a lot of fun. But it does feel like they kind of need something that can help set up a lot of these fights for the team to really get deep into a lot of the Kite potential that TLF have. And I'm expecting to see Rovx probably back onto Nautilus since that has been left open.
I mean, hell, we could see a Chad Lee Sin here. If Chad just wants to go for comfort, we could see Chad Graves come out. I am expecting jungle to be blinded here for IMT, as then they can see where that Ashe does go on the side of TLF. I think the only champ that you want to take here at support will be the Nautilus. They do want to take that away. I mean, with all the junglers off the table, we start getting into the pocket picks. Graves is one of them. We'll see the answer now for TLF. One that we've seen in the past has been Kindred. That's already taken off the board for City. City, I mean, if we go through his champ list, all right, well, what can we play into Graves here? I don't think Wukong feels too good. A lot of the magic damage junglers are taken away. Graves, of course, gains armor, not MR, so that already is an advantage. Nah, we can't give Sylas Evolt.
Italy?
You cannot give Sylas Evolt. It's not good. We're going to get real crazy. We have no CC.
I'm thinking deep right now.
No CC from the Nidalee.
I know. I'm kind of like going through, everything. Because what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
also,
9
he's playing on kind of high ping. So not ideal.
True.
I mean, okay, if we want to get real wild.
All right.
Echo.
Okay.
Echo jungle.
Echo.
That's my wild pick. I don't think it's that good this game. You also do give it to Sylas.
Zach.
Oh, okay. I mean, we got choices still. It's kind of that is technically magic damage if you go demonic build.
Which has been the flavor of the month right now,
and you power clear. I think that's okay, actually, for TLF. I mean, you have Engage in the bot lane. So even with all the jungle bans, City still able to find another unique champion. So now we have 13 in 16 games. And Udyr, who brings a little bit of magic damage to the table, is going to be able to power clear as well. Not all bad, as we will see if Joey answers. I don't love Braum in the GP, so I do love a playmaker, as it will be the Pyke. There we go.
Well, there we go. Speaking of playmakers, but there you go, Joey on Pyke. And I look at the other side. Wow, this is going to be another fun matchup. Just looking at it, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I look at Balulu, and I look at the ults that TLF have, and then I look at Balulu again, and I think I'm going to have my eyes on Balulu for the majority of the game. Because he has every ult that you could possibly dream of for Sylas. And it's just going to be him deciding what's best for that scenario and if he's able to execute it. I think it's going to be really important for IMT at this stage of the game.
I have to agree with you. There's a lot of good options that he has. And then on the other side, I look at what TLF have. Last game, they were able to play around a lot of top side, right? They utilized Surdy, Mia, even bot lane with how they brought City to go from gank to gank to gank, getting ahead. Well, as you talked about, Udyr, much more infamous for the power clear that you tend to have on this one. And going up against Chad's Graves, another thing that's good at power farming, but it's also Chad who loves to look for these early plays as we dive into game 2. It is actually IMTC that are all grouped up looking for a play.
I might be looking to get that flash out of Surdy in the top side. Keep in mind that's how the last game started with ADD losing his flash. Balulu, they can't approach approach this brush very quickly with a hook shot, and then Balulu with the dash on the E. You can try and cut someone off. Will not be the case. We will see if Balulu actually goes around here, though. They do spot Surdy. Surdy will be able to get out.
Yeah, it should be fine. The best they could probably hope for is maybe a flash from Joey with the Bone Scarer connecting to get connecting onto Surdy, or just getting the flash out of him in general. But then you're trading flash for flash early. It makes sense. You just back out of that one, reset. A little bit of vision placed down by both sides to try to gain an understanding of their opponent.
And you can see that Chad actually didn't use his trinket on the top side, so he can come and sweep this out immediately. If they want to get real wild, they could try and give the XP to Balulu. Will not be the case. As ADD gets a very late ward to see if Udyr is going to cross the enemy side of the jungle. Yep. So he gets the ward. But will be a wolf start for the Udyr. I do like this. As you mentioned, Matt Magical, Udyr loves to power clear. On a lot of champions that do want to hit level 6 or power clear, I love when they start AoE camps. As you can do wolves faster than the single target camp on the Udyr, and do the rest of your camps faster as well, and get the respawn earlier, which gives you a nice chunk of XP when the camps do come back on the map.
Which then kind of leads into what next. Last game, we saw a lot of craziness early on, too. Good ganks from City. Oh, is Mia pops Ghost already in the spot lane? Yeah, okay.
I really like this from Mia. This is really, really smart from Mia. So Mia, using early summoner spells, she waited for Joey to have that hook shot be down on the Pike, the Bone Skewer, because it was canceled by Rovex. So the fact that she waits for that cooldown to be down and then pops Ghost to get a big health bar advantage and control over the wave, really cute play from Mia. We're seeing a lot of marksmen, especially, I think I see it most often over in the LCK, use summoner spells early in the lane to get a health bar advantage. I think it's been used very well here by Mia.
Okay. Does actually net a little bit of control, but this is the famous Chad style, right?
Spotted.
Level 3. Is it spotted? I don't think he's spotted at all. I think he's
no.
City.
They saw City on Raptors. Now he's going around as Rovax.
Right. I thought you were talking about Chad getting spotted, because this is perfect for him. A great angle. Flash has already been committed by Mia, so they have to stay in this fight. Look to see if they can take down somebody. But Mia will be the first casualty in the entire fight. As Joey waits it out, that's going to be the flash from Rovex, so he saves his own life, but an early start for IMTC.
And one of the punishments of using your sums early is the fact that Graves gets there first, cashes it in. Very well played by Chad. He's able to get his team ahead and take advantage of Udyr, going for the power clear. They had the scouting, and they played it very well.
Played it really well.
Oh, hold on here.
Here's TLF looking to make an answer play back, but Mia still wasn't there. Level 2 as well. It's a smart call to say, yeah, you know what, that's not going to work out. Instead, let's take away Scuttle Crab, get more of that power farm working for City.
And it is going to be a double crab here for City unless Chad goes straight forward, but Aspect does have mid priorities, so not all bad here for the side of TLF.
Joey.
Is Joey.
Hello, City. Joey's kind of like realizing, like, wait, do I actually want to go for this? I don't know.
Nice.
Not too certain on that one, but it's a good play for Joey, because now they've gained control of Scuttle Crab.
No, it's actually really good. Not only do they get control of Crab, but also Aspect's in kind of a tough spot. Like, support just showed mid. He has to be very careful with how he burns his cooldowns to shove out this wave, because he knows that Joey and Chad are here. So if we go look at mid real quick, you can see Aspect, he's actually being forced off this wave. Balulu TP'd back, and Aspect, he's going to try and queue this cannon creep, but he has to back off after that. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
That wave's still frozen. Wow. He needs help from City.
City's hanging around. He was expecting something, but not knowing where Joey is. Chad as well. They're like, all right, I gotta hover around just in case. That's why I think Rovex shows up too, to really secure they can unfreeze the wave.
No, honestly, well done from IMT, as Joey did use that small lead they got in the bot lane to kind of shift help in the Balulu mid, who, once he hits 6, is okay in this matchup. Aspect up a little bit of CS early, though. That's okay. City continues to power clear, and he's gonna flash this. Yeah, goodbye ADD. We're dead, my friend.
No. ADD, you got this. I believe in you. Flash forward, get the kill onto Surdy. He was able to flash away, and here's Chad to make sure. You said he was dead, but he survives, and now City's in a bad spot, having to run away from Chad.
Oh, it was not good. The pressure of the wall now, Mia.
Okay, Mia taking a lot of damage. Joey auto-attacking.
Oh,
for
she
Day,
sidestepped it.
But that's pull back, looking for the trade onto Joey, who's taking a lot, and they turn it around as Balulu. All right, I love this series. Nothing stops. They never surrender. Everyone always fights to the bitter end, and even Mia realizes it's all forfeit.
Mia's movement there actually turned it around, though. She dodged the first piercing arrow from Wixie. That's what enabled TLF to get a kill back. But again, the priority mid cashes in for IMT as Balulu makes a play. Uh-oh. That's the ult.
Okay. Does our bet from last series still count now? I do want...
Sure.
All right.
I like the chances right now for Aspect.
Aspect's not a part of the conversation. It was City and ADD. As ADD was able to dodge away, nicely played there. Doesn't even take a tick of damage from Emperor's Divide.
I mean, he was kind of playing around. The Unstoppable was down. I think that you should just do that immediately. ADD's sidestep the Emperor's Divide is ADD. Looking good in this game. Let's take another look at this one. So, Surdy's very low. And the path that City takes, he's trying to cut ADD off in the brush. That was a really nice flash.
It was really good.
Okay. Bought a lot of space from the Udyr. Took advantage of the, I don't want to say immobile champ, but slower moving champ. Now, watch the sidestep of Mia on the Q from Wixie. Wixie's going to charge up a Q. That sidestep, that's 2 blight stacks that would have been popped. Mia would have been dead there. But the fact that she sidesteps that's what enables them to turn it around. So really good movement from Mia. I know she goes down to the end of this clip, but again, Mia's showing off some of the mechanics here on the Ashe. Has some good movement in that fight. And at least made things interesting, as it is worth noting, given the shorter range composition from IMT, it will be a crit Ashe this game for Mia.
Actually going for the damage this time around as Dragon started up by IMTC. TLF, ooh, the pullback on Robex. He's got the shield, but that's a lot of damage burned down, already taking down Joey.
Oh, depth charge.
Gonna be 1 for 1 at the moment, with City the next casualty. Double kill for Wixie. This Varus is out of control.
One of the issues of Udyr too, you know, it is flash for City Witty. It was down, but it's not like he has Ghost to try and cruise through these fights. So City being controlled early here by the side of IMT as they take the Dragon, take the kills, and continue to be ahead in this game. Also, Wixie is 4-0-1. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that this Varus is already far ahead. It's going to be very brutal.
Varus, especially the poke Varus, if this gets ahead, like your items are already cheap. If you hit them early, it's very difficult to come back from. As City, big side step, trying to get this crab. Actually going to take a 1v2 on his lonesome. That's rather nice. I believe that he should hit 6 off this.
Let's see. Let's see. Waiting
Quizzing.
for it. Inquisitive. Yep. Yay. You gotta be right on the money.
We're 2 for 2 on the level 6 calls.
You are? Yeah, you are. You're doing a really good job.
Not bad. All right, we'll take those. That is big, though, because Rift Herald is on the board. TLF going to get a little bit frisky around here, too. But ADD has top lane priority, and Aspect's been chunked low. So I do think this Rift does favor IMT at the moment.
As do I. IMTC in full control. 9 minutes into the game. Looking really difficult. TLF, the fact that they played so heavily around the top half of the map in previous series that have gotten them the successes they need to, picked up a lot of their wins off the back of Surdy and City. This game, they are not in that position of power. As you talked about, the crit build for Mia, far more focus on transitioning that into the bottom half of the map, waiting for Surdy to scale up a bit more into this game, since he is having a difficult time in this lane against ADD at this point. As Aspect, no level 6 either for Joey. So
honestly, really good sidestep though by Aspect to make sure that he didn't get chained, because Chad was close, and they're trying to pull this wave to make sure the Balulu can get a little bit more. As Aspect will lose some CS with that wave being frozen. But Aspect doing a much better job in this lane. I think it's worth noting. Aspect put behind in the Tristana versus Azir matchup in the last one. This time around, doing well, but they know that Aspect's in base. They know that Balulu has a timer here. So they are going to go hover the top side and make sure that this Rift Herald goes over to IMT with no challenge.
Pretty clinical for IMTC at this point in the game. Utilizing every point of power, even having Joey unlocked. Oh, Surdy! 1v1. All right, there's the bet going your way, Cubby, even if he falls.
Surdy, the trial by fire again. He finds it, and honestly, I'm fine with Surdy going for that play. Like, he knows he's under threat. He's likely to get dove. He gets ADD, takes him down before he goes down himself. really well done again from Surdy, who continues to be a bright spot on this team.
Yeah, Surdy, always one of those points of power he can always fall back onto. And now that he's gotten himself a little bit of gold back, unfortunately, he did give up a kill over to Bululu again. So Bululu on the Silas. Even if he's not ahead of Aspect in the farm, he is definitely ahead when it comes to his kills and how he can move on the map already.
And I think that for, TLF, time is their friend. I think that we've seen a lot of early game strategies come out from TLF. This game, though, and you have a Poke Varus, a very melee-centric top side going into Ashe Azir. If you're allowed to scale here on the side of TLF, I mean, there is a good opportunity for them to try and come back in this game, as we will see if TLF can buy time to make sure they are in this one, because they will need the time.
They need a lot more than just a little bit of time, unfortunately. I feel like at this stage of the game, I'm just looking at what they can do to buy that space.
Well, Gale Force being completed on Mia's Ashe. It's not the DPS of the Kraken Slayer, but that movement, again, this is a pretty... Oh, hold on.
Oh, the alley-oop scoop.
Oh.
That's rough for Aspect.
Yeah, Aspect had flash. It didn't realize that everyone was going to be there. There is a flash up on Aspect, but that ult also going on cooldown and not having any impact. It sucks as Aspect to go down. And oh boy.
Oh, Mia nice
the sidestep.
Looking for the fight with the Gale Force as well. Volley almost connects. Gets the shutdown. Mia, nicely done.
Mia with the 1v1 as meanwhile mid,
Rovex helping out City, getting a lot of damage onto Chad. There's a TP to pull back in with the Dreadflake as the root onto Balulu. They do want this because look at the damage onto Chad. But the Kite and Joey shows up just in the nick of time to save his jungler as Aspect tries to fight back but couldn't get anyone. Oh, he does! He gets a shutdown, but it's IMTC coming out on top.
And TLF, I mean, these are not the fights they want to be taking at this point of the game. This is a team that needs to scale. They need time. They need to get this Azir and Ashe online. I appreciate some of the players wanting to get aggressive, but this is the point of the game where INT's comp is strong.
Yeah, very, very strong. And now you've gotten some pickups by Joey getting the kills from Death from Below. You've got more gold funneled into Chad and Lulu. You're at a point where you're 5,000 gold behind and plates haven't even fallen.
Yeah, I think a lot of this game, again, is going to come down to Surdy. I teased the Ashe Azir, the ability to peel. Surdy has that a lot as the gangplank. And I can see the theory of the comp for TLF. IMT, they have to go in, they have to dive. TLF have a lot of champions that can deal really well with that, but they need time, especially now being down 5k gold. Fighting like that when IMT's strong, it didn't get better for them. So we'll see if TLF, if they can buy some more time. What can happen is now Aspect.
Flash, nice sidestep. Then that flash, that connects, that's a death sentence.
That connects, that's first brick. Chad was lying in wait with the Rift Herald that he's still yet to drop. As you can see, Chad actually,
there it is.
Yeah, he's going to throw it down mid, so they're going to make sure they take as many points away from the Azir as possible. I really like this. When you're up against wave clear mids, the value of Herald mid goes up a lot. So I feel like this is a good drop here from IMT.
Especially with the Dragon being available. Could be the second one of the game for IMTC as Mia. Flash was used last time. Nice sidestep again from Mia. Getting away from so much that Wixie throws at her. As she tries valiantly to fight back, but unfortunately, there's just not much you can do in a 1v2.
Again, you can see some of the mechanics and plays out of Mia, but you're right, it's a 1v2. Mia already burned her sums to trade out the 1-for-2 last time. Not available this time, even despite some good moves from her. And that gold lead continues to mount in IMT's favor.
Continues to get larger and larger. Last game was so close for such a long time. This game, TLF, feels like a lot of that fight they had in them has burnt away. It's hard bouncing back from a game like that last one where everything is so close. You're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at it to try to pick up the dub, yet fall short.
And for IMT, I mean, this is a team, again, they are in their second week of practice as a full squad magical. I know that TLF, they've had a couple of their struggles this season. There have been some high points for sure, but IMT feels like they're really scaling into the season. Very excited at getting full weeks of practice under their belt. And I want to see how clean they can make this game. IMT is a team that they're not afraid to throw punches. We always see them opt to make plays instead of not making plays. They have a huge lead in this one, Mad Magical. I really want to see if they can turn this into a clean, snowballed win as Aspect... Uh-oh. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. He's fine. He's fine. Not pulled over the wall.
Yeah, if Joey lets them actually go towards about where the Riot Games banner is on the right side, you can get people over the wall.
Exactly.
Is Pike?
Oh,
Rovex.
instead the pick on a Rovex. Oh, all right. This game is now just a showcase of IMTC and the power they have when they get ahead.
We'll see what they can do with it. Mia's doesn't love her lane assignment right now, being stuck into the Cassante from ADD. You can see her even debating whether or not she should approach the wave as...
Ghost, no flash. Tries to fight back. All that was used. Getting a good trade back
for
on
Mia.
ADD, and that's the TP2 from Surdy, so they can make sure they can clean up that kill.
Again, Mia, you can see the spacing with the Ghost. She's using her movement really, really well to make sure that that Cassante can't take her down. And Surdy, more gold in his pockets again. We said the TLF, they scale. This is a pretty, how would you describe a gold diff where they're up 7k gold and there's 60k in the game? About a 10% gold diff?
Simple.
Or it'd be 20% then?
We got the late game. Let's go.
Hey, that works.
That's right. You got to fall back on it because right now
they can win this play. They can win this play.
Spot, trying to flash away. He was able to get a lot of distance, but look at how much damage they got on him
They can win this play.
Burning to the ignite. Balulu wants to get him. Takes one, but they almost got Joey. He still survives. Balulu's going to be the target they look for, but they couldn't get the kill onto M City. Was kited out forever. They can't win this anymore. ADD's here, making sure that he's the front line for the team. But Aspect on the other side, even if Wixie's nearby, gotta be careful with how Aspect wants to look for the re-engage.
Just got up.
Looks for the play. How much damage can he get? The pullback in. City taking a lot of the brunt of damage, and wow! He got eviscerated. But ADD is taken down by the soldiers. As Chad shows up, looking for Aspect. The Emperor's Divide was too late to actually save his life and his supports.
Oh, I mean, it could have been a winning play, but Balulu, he's the one that started it. He's the one that ends out on top as TLF. I mean, they throw everything again at IMT, and this is a scaling team. I appreciate how they're trying to find small wins across the board, but IMT, they have a huge gold lead. No signs of slowing down, too, as TLF give them even more gold. They will get an objective bounty on Mia in the top side, but still... no sign of slowing down here for Immortals as they continue to win out on every fight, every skirmish, and it's been a good day for both Balulu and Wixie.
As we take a look at this play, it starts off with Surdy just completely annihilated and taken out of the fight before he can get any substantial damage out.
I mean, that you have Udyr, you have Nautilus, focus down the GP, and it was a decent attempt from Surdy, who did flash out of the Abscond Abduct from Silas. That's not all bad, but, I mean, he goes down first still, and once he's off the map, it really is all on the Aspect, who, again, steps up and gets some admirable damage down. A shutdown or two, not bad in the pockets of Aspect, but, I mean, the Bone Spear into the one-shot here. He only trades out ADD. That's not worth it, as Aspect, only so much you could do. And Rovex, late flash, that's going to feel bad as he drops a Summoner spell and loses his life. IMT continue to cruise in this one.
8,000 gold. Not 18.5 minutes into the game. Items you can see where they put a lot of that, the early power you have on the poke Varus as well. 6 in 1. Now a bite. Emperor's Divide for Emperor's Divide. But Balulu got 2 levels on himself. And despite, oh man, he tried. Balulu looking so good on this Silas. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can get close to him.
Balulu Silas, he continues to only make plays for Immortals as this guy coming in from the TCL has been so big for IMT. They love having him in the building. He's fit in really well with the team so far, on and off the Rift, and it's good to see the stuff on the Rift today.
It really is. Balulu, this is why a lot of people have been praising him since he joined in. Having gotten to talk to Chad and the synergy they've been developing going into like last week and into this week, you can see how they feel comfortable now they've gotten more practice with Balulu on the team. Before, obviously, synergy lacked because they only got such a short amount of time to play with him. But Chad even said, even in those initial few scrims, it felt like he was a perfect slot in for Pretty, who had taken that spot in before back on IMTA.
Yeah, and who would have thought that Chad would love to play with a mid laner who just likes to make plays, you know? Would have never expected that. As Balulu, no signs of slowing down on the Rift, keeps on making those plays.
You're IMTC, why stop? Why stop? There's no reason. If you slow down, you just feed into some of the scaling aspects TLF have. So continue to look for these plays and make sure you bleed them dry.
Yeah, just the Pike comp as IMT continue to cruise 7-20 on the scoreboard. They're making the second series we've had today pretty fast here, Mad Magical.
Well, I mean, the first game was nowhere close to being fast.
Oh, they're making up for it now.
They are. They definitely are in this game. A nice pick on Amiya, flashed away, even getting out of dodge. Yeah, the Gale Force, good distance. But still, this is getting to that point. You're 11k down. Well, 11k and 500. TLF, this game, I want to be like, because it's the last game, right, of this best of 2. You don't want to just be like, give up. There's nothing you can do.
Of course not.
But at the same time,
there really
you're 11K,
is nothing you can do.
Yeah, you're 11k and 500 gold behind. It's a difficult one to fathom how they get back into this game.
We will look for any overextensions from the side of IMT. And if there are, then we will consider and see if TLF can kite out things to no end to come back in this game. With that said, I don't know about you, Mad Magical, but A, I don't feel like there's a lot of help. And B, Joey, you didn't go Prowler's Claw, my man.
I know.
Be fancy on the Pike, dude. You're up 12k gold, make the plays.
Nah, he wants the sneaky resets, right?
Yeah.
You go invisible.
I mean, you do get some health back, but also Prowler's Claw. You can actually kill the Ashe who has Gale Force.
I agree. I do like that better. But let's talk about IMTC and what this victory does mean for them. Because last game was a wild, chaotic fight that, when you look at it on paper, a lot of people could criticize a Challengers team with how unorganized, how unorthodox it was of a victory. But this game has been far more clinical. What we expect from a lot of these Challengers teams, and for IMTC, a Challengers team remaining towards the bottom of the standings, they have to get these kind of victories, these very clean, very decisive wins to prove that they are a team that are going to continue to rise in the standings, and they are going to be, there's a reason why they were drafted as the Challenger squad in the first place.
Again, IMT, second full week practicing. They feel like they're scaling. They really like what they have going on in the building. And good to see some of that now on stage as they have everyone with them. As Balulu is going to be solo zoning. We'll see if he dies.
With the depth charge, a lot of damage. Even with the Ignite, it doesn't cut through his healing. But Mia, wow, okay, flashing forward for that one.
But Chad still solos Baron.
Not flashing, Gale Force.
Okay, he's got some help from ADD, but it's Chad Baron.
It's funny watching how long it took. But
Don't worry about it, man.
There's nothing TLF could do about it. And now City dies here. Joey could go for the reset, just getting a lot of damage. There it is. Oh, I love that zoom in.
Well, you don't need Prowler's Claw if you're going to do that. As okay, now Aspect.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say.
He's dead. Joey also got another kill mid, and this could just be game.
Well, they got the Baron. They've got the phase. They've got the execute with the triple kill for Joey. Oh, they could go for the quad.
Oh, he went for the Pike combo.
Yeah, he did.
Mia spaces it.
Mia playing this one well, doing her damnedest. But with the game that's already lost, with the base cracked open 23 and 20 minutes into the game, it's back to the drawing board and what you can do for the rest of this week, how you can learn from a game like this for both sides.
I don't know. I think IMT learned that they like the Pike. I think that's what we figured out. On the side of
Balulu likes the Silas.
Yeah, on the side of TLF, I do think that it's been one of Mia's better games. I really like how it's been 2 games to Ashe, and with the damage build, we can really see some of Mia's individual skill showing why some of us were really excited about Mia being picked up by TLF. Because again, I think it demonstrated some pretty good movement and spacing this game. But
this game and last game, she's had really good spacing in both games.
way too far behind on the side of TLF to really get anything done. As this game has been all about really that first gank from Chad bot lane just blew up the game. On IMT, just really cashed in on that. Him and Balulu have been fantastic.
As TLF do their best to get the scraps left over from IMTC. IMTC playing very methodically, making sure they clear out vision before entering the jungle, getting each lane set up. You see how ADD top lane escorting some minions. They already have Balulu bot lane. City wanted to make a play on ADD so they could get something grasping at straws. When you have every lane under a front where you're battling back, and you even see that ADD is willing to 1v2 against 30. This is very weird, but it's just buying time because guess what? You showed City top lane.
Yep.
There's no fear for IMTC to crack this bot lane inhibitor.
Again, TLF, they gotta make things weird. So I'm all down. Oh, okay. I was all down for making things weird. But it will be Wixie and Chad ripping through the first inhibitor.
Ooh, nice
Balulu
sidestep.
fishing on Aspect. Will not clip the wings of the Azir. IMT, they got one more inhib to go. And
Well,
City's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, this is the kind of gameplay
This
you
is the
want to
game.
see out of one of your challenger teams.
No, this is just game. That's,
You get ahead.
That is what it is. Yeah.
You play the lanes well. You make
It's a level
sure.
16 Silas.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, he already has another ult. It's pretty pug.
All right. Joey just uses the ult to wave
Oh,
clear
boy.
and get Aspect low and then pulls back in Rovek.
Yep.
Everything here is just icing on the cake.
Yep.
Best way to make your KDA look thick and spam is by killing them in their fountain. You have 28 kills in a 26-minute game.
Aw.
You're so far ahead.
Mia just sold everything for a tier.
I mean,
Oh.
that is how this game is right now. That is
Yeah,
how this game
it
is
is.
right now.
Yeah. IMT, you can hit the Nexus now. I do like ADD though, lifting some weights. That's good.
Or one
All right.
out.
Well, 20k gold lead, I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, when you also have 28 kills as a team in a 26-minute game.
Yeah. I feel
got
like
fed.
I feel like after TLF got that like first Nexus turret in game 1, they kind of like wanted to do a stop the count thing. But IMT, no props to them again. This is a team came together this past week, second full week of practice, and I've been very impressed by Balulu's play so far. And they're a team that's starting to look like they're coming together as a squad. We love to see that.
They look much more cohesive, especially in that second game where they're all running on the same cylinders. They pick up a 2-0 even after a messy game 1, but it's 2-0 all the same. We're going to toss it to a break, and when we come back, we'll have an interview with Sierra with the victorious IMTC, so make sure you stay tuned.
All right, you wind it up real tight now, and you let it loose.
Okay.
Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. Welcome to another episode of Bros on the Range. I'm trying to teach my greenhorn Rafa here how to wrangle some critters.
Hey, y'all.
Let's go ahead and see if he can do it now, all right? Let's see. Give him the hat. Give him the hat.
Yeah.
All right, now we got Rose Thorn on the big pig, Rafa. I'm going to teach you a little bit of pig call, all right? So,
Like this.
So, 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 what's it? It looks like Insanity's gotten out of his pen. Rafa, quick! Go
Okay,
get your lasso!
I
Do it!
got you.
Gotcha! Yeah, let's go. He's gonna get it.
What?
Hold on now, Rafa. Hold on. I know you can do it here. Take my hat. Take my hat. You can do it, Rafa. I believe in you. You can go. Hold on. Wait up. Oh my God. All right, Rafa. We're gonna take a little break now. Just make sure Moose Hater doesn't get Garen while I'm gone.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll make sure he don't get it. Yeah, he's not getting it. Ain't gonna get that Garen, no sir.
All right, I got some coffee. Rafa, God dang it.
Mazel, I'm sorry. I tried everything you told me to do, and I just feel like I can't do it right. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Man, I will tell you, you just gotta give it some time, alright? You see those two down there, APA and Bradley?
Yeah?
It didn't all start off nice and peachy. They weren't two bros in a pod. It took time, alright? It took time. And one day, we're gonna be just as bros as them.
Yeah. You know, Mazel, they really do sing.
They do, my young one. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at it go. Okay. I didn't think you do that. Hey. Yeah. Look at it go. You gotta be careful about that one. Oh, this one's a fire.
Hey, see, we're gonna be just like them.
Yeah,
just like them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
Thanks for being my bro on the range this week, Rafa. It's nice to have some company every once in a while.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm sorry that kind of messed up your pen a little bit, but appreciate your patience and I appreciate you roasting my wiener too.
You gotta stay proteinized, that's what I like to say on the range.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still here. Well, that's a little awkward. Well, thank you all for coming in on the range for another week. We'll see you next week. Make sure you come back now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Verizon post-game interview. I'm going to sit down and talk to Joey after that 2-0 victory, but we got to narrow in on that first game first, because that was, admittedly, from our end, a lot of fun to watch, but a lot of shenanigans I don't think would be really fun to play through. Talk to me a little bit of what was going on.
I mean, for us, like, we just had a bit of trolls here and there. It never really felt like we were going to lose the game, but we just didn't close it out as cleanly as we should have. Even though, like, they had an early game, like, we know that we could come back because our champions have, like, a lot of ability to force in the game. So we weren't really that worried that we would lose. We just kind of took a lot longer than I wanted it to take, or anybody on our team wanted it to take. So it was, we want to go into game 2 just ready to smash them after game 1.
It definitely seemed a lot cleaner in game 2 because we didn't get the drawn out. You got a huge lead right off of the rip. What was that big adjustment in game 2? Was it all just mental, or what was it that you came into game 2 with?
For me, I just like really wanted to play Pike in the first game, and I didn't pick it, so I just like played Pike in the second game. And I didn't really scrim on the champion, so my coach was like, "You better carry. Like, this is your timer. Show me you can play it." So I just really wanted to play well and make sure like the game ended fast. Like 44-minute game on Leona, but like 26-minute game on Pike. Just want to make my coach happy.
Hey, well, I'm sure you did at that point, because it was definitely a lot quicker that y'all could get out of there in that second game. So, and talking about your season as a whole, because that's definitely something that maybe Immortals definitely doesn't have the record that they would want. What has kind of been the struggles for the team at this point going on forward?
For us, we just really started our season a lot later than all the other teams. People had their rosters here before the season even started. We got our roster here basically around week 2. So for us, it's really about like putting in the extra effort to try to catch up and get onto these rosters. I mean, Immortals in general, Academy, Challengers, like we've never had like a really strong showing in the regular season, but we always show up in playoffs and when it really matters. So we're just like making sure that we peak during the actual tournament when it matters the most.
All right, so a lot going on behind the scenes so that once we get into tournament time, everyone can be primed, ready to go.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, something we've talked a lot about, moving away from records and not so great stuff. We've been doing a Valentine's Day event, all right? And some players have written Valentine's Day cards for their players on their team, player on other team. So I wanted to ask you, if there is a Valentine's card that you were to write to any player, could be on your team, could be another team, who would it be for and why?
Yeah, so I thought about this for a while and I couldn't really decide between two people. It would probably be either Arrow or Pretty. And then for Arrow, it'd just be like, I'm obsessed with my ex. And that'd be my Valentine. Like, sorry, Wixie, but like, you know, Arrow used to cook for me. He used to clean for me. He was my roommate. Like, he's a really nice guy to live with, so miss him a little bit.
Oh, that's so sad, but it's a little wholesome as well. All right, and then after this as well, I know you were talking to Cubby before the interview started about plans that you and the team are going to be having afterwards.
Yeah, usually on like game days or stuff like that, we like to do like team activities kind of after the game and like really enjoy the night. So me and Chad are probably going to barbecue for the boys, just have a nice little pool day and just like have a nice night. I mean, we have scrims tomorrow, so it's not going to go too late or anything like that, but just excited to take a nice 2-0, our first 2-0, so we can celebrate.
Let's go. And the real question is then, when there's a tough loss, do y'all still not celebrate, but do y'all go do team stuff, or is that then a different type of night?
I mean, it's still a little bit of team stuff, but it's not as exciting as like, yeah, let's go barbecue and stuff like that. It's like, oh, let's eat dinner together, let's review the games together, and like, let's prepare harder for tomorrow. But tonight it feels like we could take a little bit off. Yeah,
well, congrats on the 2-0. I'm going to let you go so you can get to the night of fun team-fill activities. Congratulations again on the 2-0, and I'm excited to see Immortals pop it off come playoff time.
Thank you.
Thank you. As for us, one more series left in the day, so it's time to go get your snacks, get some popcorn, because it's going to be two of the top teams that we have in the league. Be back here in a few.